After a few days, Spearman Kyung-soo is ordering around the other townsfolk to check around their surroundings for any suspicious people and organize all items which were recently sent by the Yeongdongpo Guild. Hanho's father asks him if his son and Sungwoo are coming back, and Kyung-soo replies with a yes. After some time, Sungwoo arrives there while riding on his wyvern, and he's being escorted by 2 helicopters. Sungwoo makes the landing in the town of Suwon. Spearman Kyung-soo rushes over to greet Sungwoo, and he informs him that no one from their town chose the Angel faction after reading the notification, and they chose the third option. Sungwoo is relieved after hearing it, as he has now a safe spot, and there are some people who believe in him. Kyung-soo further informs him that he has bolstered the defenses around the town in case someone tries to attack them, and he is at ease after knowing that the Union sent these helicopters to support them. Sungwoo says that he is wrong, as these helicopters are the trophies they collected on their way. It turns out they were attacked while they were trying to reach Suwon town, and after investigating these pilots, they came to know that they belong to the Reconstruction Guild. The Union is an assembly of several guilds. The prosecutor trusts him, but it does not mean that the other guilds will respect his decision. Previously, Min Hum-sung told Sungwoo that he, along with the Yeongdongpo Guild, received a huge penalty after accepting the third option, and there are not that many people around Korea who will accept the third option and lose all the free buffs Angel faction is giving them. Sergeant informs them that there is a big fuss going on in the community forums. There are countless attention seekers who are saying that they will kill the Necromancer. Some brain-dead players are doing strange type of live streams to attract attention. Sungwoo tells them to not worry about it, but he also knows well that things can go wrong at any given time. Sungwoo tells them that all of these attention seekers will become quiet once he succeeds in his mission, but as he was about to say something else, he gets a unique sensation. The World Tree seed comes out on its own, and it starts levitating in front of him. Sergeant and others are amazed after watching the seed glowing in yellow color. A notification pops up which informs Sungwoo that he completed a certain condition by choosing the third faction. He has now earned the qualification to become the progenitor of a new party. If he plants the World Tree seed right now, it will grow into a divine tree that will bless his party. Sungwoo just needs to complete the third faction quest and succeed in party establishment. Before this, Sungwoo was trying to figure out where he's going to plant the World Tree, but right now he has no other choice but to plant it right here in Suwon town. Sungwoo needs to protect this divine tree until it fully grows, since it will be disastrous if it is destroyed, and he has no idea about how large it can grow, so it will be impossible to hide it from others. He needs some of his most trusted town members to safeguard it, and he is thinking of planting it in the square, which is in front of the town. The next morning, the army under Lieutenant starts digging the ground under the instructions of Sungwoo. After a few hours, they manage to dig up a big hole in the ground. Hanho tells the military guys to leave some space unscathed for the helipad. Sungwoo tells him to give up on the helipad because they lack space. But Hanho shuts him down after saying that he is the one who captured these helicopters in the first place, and he's not going to give up on this precious piece of technology. Spearman Kyung-soo informs Sungwoo that he is thinking of installing a watchtower rampart around the World Tree. The Yeongdongpo Guild sent them 2 Thunder God cannons, so they are going to install them as well. Lieutenant suggests that they should install 1 Thunder God cannon on the summit of Mountain Paldao Summit. They can hide it with something like a camouflage on regular days. After a few minutes, Biker Gang arrives there. Bike Gang leader Taesung informs them that there are no other new monsters nearby. There are still some kobolds crawling underground inside a building, but stronger monsters like the dire wolves have almost disappeared. It turns out the Biker Gang have removed damaged vehicles from the roads, and they have also secured a shop around the town of Suwon. The funds to operate all of these facilities are raised smoothly by Hanho's father, who is in possession of a special rank finance item called Vault of Pledge. This item can automatically deposit some of the gold from contracted players. A person can register a contract by putting his hand on the vault. The vault owner can decide the money collection ratio, and the gold earned by the contractor automatically gets deposited into the vault. Currently, the money collection ratio is 10%. There are 226 contractors, and current gold in the vault is around 1,655,048. Most of the town people have already accepted the contract registration willingly, but deep inside, Hanho knows that his father has a suspicious past, so he must be stealing money from the vault. Ji-seon says that life around this town is quite peaceful, but Sungwoo says that they cannot stay here for longer as they have missions around the country. After a few hours, the ground is perfectly made for the plantation of the World Tree Seed. Sungwoo takes out the World Tree Seed and it is glowing with yellow energy. The townsfolk become amazed after witnessing the World Tree Seed. Sungwoo plants the seed and he gets a notification which states that a magical being has begun to take root in this land. After a few minutes, the seed releases a big flash of light which can be seen from far away. A hidden quest notification pops up. The title of this quest is For the Sake of the Divine Tree. The players need to protect the world tree until it grows up to a certain size. The first fruit of this world tree will give a permanent buff to the one who eats it. This is a divine tree, but it's still quite weak, so the monsters who have sensed its presence will come in groups in desire of its power. The players need to protect the world tree until it becomes strong enough to protect itself. The world tree can take nourishment from the slain monsters, and the more monsters they kill, the faster it will grow. If the world tree is destroyed, an unrecoverable disaster will happen around them. This same quest has been given to all 226 players in the town of Suwon, and Sungwoo is quite pumped up for this quest. The common players from the town become a bit afraid after hearing that they need to protect the world tree against the countless waves of monsters. All of a sudden, they start hearing loud voices coming from a certain direction. It turns out that a horde of monsters is approaching their town. A player from the watchtower informs others that the monsters are approaching them from 3 o'clock. There are a lot of ogres and kobolds are also coming out of the sewers. Spearman Kung-soo says that this situation seems familiar to a defense game and he tells everyone else to move to their positions. He orders the tankers to the front and he assigns the archers to be stationed on the watchtowers. The players start moving big wall-like structures to the front. Hanho asks about these big structures and Lieutenant informs him that these are called moving castle walls. They can easily defend a big area after connecting them together. The magicians, archers, and spearmen start boarding the moving castle walls. It can be used as a turret. Hanho is quite amazed by it and he asks about who came up with this idea. Lieutenant says that there are many talented people in the village and they have prepared a lot after the beastmen attack on the Yeongdongpo building. Sungwoo and Ji-seon compliments the players for coming up with these amazing ideas and how everyone is equally playing their part. The magicians use wide area magic like fire blasts to get rid of the first wave of goblins. After that, they start disposing the kobolds using crossbows and spears. At the same time, Sungwoo orders his minions to come out of the abyss. The scale of their battle is quite big and it can be seen from far away. It turns out some unknown players are spying on Sungwoo. This player tracked down Sungwoo after going through great lengths. He is quite amazed after seeing such a big battle unfold in front of him. He first thought that it was quite cool that the Necromancer went against the absolute race, but now things have changed as the Necromancer has a big bounty on his head. He chose option 1 as the free buff was too good to ignore, and now all people who chose the first option are searching for Sungwoo right now. He is currently live streaming this whole event and he told the location of Sungwoo to his viewers. He is personally a tracking expert, so he leaves the rest of the fighting to other players who are watching his stream. Sungwoo already had an idea about these players, so he sent someone to catch them. After a few minutes, one of Sungwoo's orc minion reaches the rooftop where the tracking team is camping. After bonking them, he takes them back to Sungwoo. Hanho informs Sungwoo that the Korean server is in a total mess as there are 5 different clans who broadcasted him live just now, and among them there is a person who officially declared that he will kill the Necromancer. The title of this live stream says that he will blow up the Necromancer along with his followers, and there are 23,000 people watching him right now. This player introduces himself as Terror Kim. He is on level 16 and he is ranked 10 in the Sihuang region. He further says that he will massacre all followers of the Necromancer with the help of a nuclear bomb. Terror Kim seems to be a bit more serious about his plan than he should be. He pulls out a yellow ball and asks Sungwoo if he likes bombs. He throws away the yellow ball while saying that he have been seeing the Necromancer play with the explosive dead bodies all of the time. The yellow ball he just threw behind him results in a massive explosion. A huge building behind them crumbles to pieces in a matter of a few seconds. The class of Terror Kim is called Terrorist. That's why he is number 1 when it comes to handling explosions. He has a specific skill which he uses to make bombs, and that yellow bomb was the weakest among the other ones he can make. He can also create a unique type of bomb after every 24 hours, and all this time he was thinking about where he's going to use that. But now he's going to use it on the town of Suwon, and he is sure that even the Necromancer cannot withstand its impact. He further says that everyone who follows him is a bastard, and he has no remorse even if the whole population of Suwon perishes along with the Necromancer. He is determined to level the entire area with the Necromancer, and he will make sure to get the bounty placed on Sungwoo's head. Hanho says that something is wrong with this guy's head, as he could have just came here in secret and thrown that bomb, but he is on stream doing these weird publicity stunts, and maybe he is just a bluffer. Ji-seon says that maybe what he is saying is not a bluff, and they should be prepared to stop him. Plus, they are in a situation where they can't move their base anymore, which is a major disadvantage. Sungwoo is thinking that this guy has got some screws loose, as he's not only just targeting Sungwoo, but he's going to kill everyone in town in order to get experience points and rewards. Sungwoo double checks their whole base for any bombs, and he finally comes closer to the World Tree Seed. Spearman Kyung-soo reports to him saying that there are no threats nearby right now. Monster mobs have been appearing every now and then, which is proving to be good for them. Sungwoo advises them to be extra vigilant, as monsters are the least of their worries. Most of the videos uploaded in the online forums must be bluffs, but there will always be someone taking this opportunity. After a few minutes, a notification pops up stating that the seed of the World Tree has grown up by 11%. Sungwoo is thinking that there has not been much progress after it reached 11%, and Ji-seon asks him about what are they going to do after creating the third faction. Sungwoo says that he has no idea about it, but he knows for sure that this was the best option out of all available choices. Sungwoo knows well that there is an ending to this game. He has not seen angels or devils appearing in the prophecy crystals, but he don't think that they will help the humans to get a good ending. That is why it is right for humans to decide an ending for themselves. Besides, Angel and Devil factions are not allies of humans. Just by seeing the quests, he can tell that they are treating humans as existences lower than them by ordering them around. Even if the third option didn't exist, he probably wouldn't have chosen to follow the other two sides. Spearman Kyung-soo is a bit angry as the vampires previously killed his friends, and he asks Sungwoo that if they will be able to find out the person who created this game. He really wants to meet the creator of this game who didn't inform the humans about what was going on, which resulted in the deaths of countless people. During nighttime, the guards are stationed on the watchtowers. All of a sudden, a big explosion occurs which sends them flying from the watchtower. The whole town gets alerted after hearing the sound of the explosion, and Spearman Kyung-soo orders his men to inform Sungwoo about the situation, and he further orders his men to fly the drones to find out about the attackers. It turns out that the attacker was Terror Kim, and he is laughing out loud with his men. Terror Kim says that their defenses are a bit lacking, and he was expecting more of a resistance from the infamous Suwon town, which is supported by the second-ranked Necromancer. Sungwoo comes face to face with Terror Kim, but he warns Sungwoo that he already prepared everything in advance, and he advises Sungwoo to run away. Terror Kim prepares a big explosion, and he says that he's going straight to the climax without any explanations, and he tells everyone to take a good look at the ending of the Necromancer. The radius of this skill is quite huge, and it can totally destroy an entire apartment. A warning notification pops up which informs them that a dark red storm has been called upon in the area. The players of Suwon Town are afraid after watching it, and Sungwoo tells them all to get down. Sungwoo tells Raidi to come up, and he jumps up using the shoulder of Sungwoo. Raidi jumps up right next to the bomb, and he blocks the blast using a shield. Terror Kim becomes confused after watching this. He don't know the reason why his bomb didn't explode, and Raidi lands right in front of him. Sungwoo says that this bomb was a skill, not an item, and he has the best shield to counter skills like these. It turns out the shield Raidi just used was the Mountain's Goblin Shield, which Sungwoo previously got after defeating the Red Rider, and this shield can nullify 3 magic attacks, and it has a cooldown of 1 hour. Terror Kim is in a desperate situation, so he tries to go all out with his next attack, but before he can do anything, his hands get blasted. It turns out Sungwoo used Dwarven Hand Cannon. Sungwoo looks back to find out that the defenders of his town are looking afraid, and their morale is hitting rock bottom as well. Sungwoo calls out the cameraman who came with Terror Kim. Sungwoo powers up as he tells the cameraman to record everything from now on as he's going to make an important announcement. Sungwoo says that he is making 3 promises to all players in the Korean server. He is going to hunt down and kill all bastards who have announced that they will come to kill him or have prophesied his death. At the same time, Terra Kim tries to pull a sneak attack on Sungwoo, but he gets blasted off. Sungwoo goes on to say that he will even kill those bastards who swore an oath to join the Angel or the Devil faction. Sungwoo shoots down every single person who came along with Terra Kim to make his point clear. Sungwoo then revives those players to tell the people who are watching the stream that their suffering will not end, even after their death, as he will revive them and torment them for the rest of eternity. But if they join the third faction he's about to create, then he will personally guarantee their safety. Sungwoo is thinking that he is not a good leader as he has not much political knowledge, so it's better if he shows them his strong side. This is the only way he can stop these hyenas from coming after his group. After some time, the attention-seeker streamer who was saying that he's going to kill the Necromancer performs a public apology on his live stream. He says that his brain was in the gutter and he's sincerely apologizing right now. He further requests that if any one of the friends of the Necromancer is watching this stream, they should kindly forward his apology video to him. He further says that he is planning to join the third faction along with his friends. Manhwa Song, who is watching the stream, says that she don't know how these brain-dead players think that they can kill a person who is on 2nd rank in their server. There is a recent popular post by someone named Miss Choi, who says that these bastards choose the first option while thinking that they can kill the 2nd rank player, or someone else will kill him for them, and all of them will get rewards for free. And right now, they are begging the Necromancer to spare them, and soon, the Necromancer will clean up this whole community from opportunist trashes like these. Manhwa Song says that this time, the Necromancer did a pretty good job, and the whole server is in an uproar. All the bad comments have disappeared and Sungwoo is getting a lot of appreciation posts and his popularity is skyrocketing through the roof right now. The prosecutor is quite embarrassed as he also chose the Angel faction, but he had no idea that Sungwoo was going to make his own faction. He had no other choice but to split with Sungwoo after choosing the Angel faction, and now that decision came back to bite him in the ass. Prosecutor orders Manhwa Song to recruit more players and form a new scouting team which will be tasked with finding other statues. Minam Sung asks him if he's thinking of making the Necromancer his enemy, because Sungwoo has declared that he will kill everyone in the Angel or Devil factions. Prosecutor tells them that he's not that much dumb of a person and he is thinking of using the statues to negotiate with Sungwoo, since he is a reasonable person. Prosecutor knows well that he can't make any rash decisions right now, and he needs to get stronger or he will be swept away by others. Manhwa Song informs the prosecutor that another angel statue was found in the Gimpo area. The prosecutor is quite happy after hearing it and he tells her to tighten the security and start the transportation operation right away. Manhwa Song says that this statue is a little different from the previous ones. Unlike the previous angel statue, this one has 4 wings instead of 2. The prosecutor is thinking that maybe there are ranks among the angel statues as well.